Welcome back. You are listening to Nate the Hate on YouTube, iTunes, Spotify, and Google Podcasts. Be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel if you have not already. And with that, I'd like to welcome in my co-host, Modern Vintage Gamer.
Once again, thanks for having me, Nate. Really excited to delve into some topics today. Though I don't know if I should start going by American Vintage Gamer now since my transition is fully complete. I have a flag background and everything now.
You're not changing shit because I'm not going to redo the podcast artwork. Anyway, I am also excited to get into some topics today. There's been a lot going on in gaming that is quite simply astonishing. But of course, before we get into that, I'd like to dedicate this episode to Shamsa, who donated their mortgage payment this month, just so that we dedicate this episode to them. Thank you so much, Shamsa. We truly appreciate you. And if you'd like us to kiss your ass ever so slightly closer to the hole, please just let us know.
I don't want to do that.
So obviously the biggest story in gaming right now is regarding Starfield and the announcement that it will be locked to 30 frames per second on consoles. Now, this doesn't come as a complete surprise to us due to not only the scope of the game, but also Xbox's seemingly unquenchable desire to drop hot turds into Game Pass day one.
Game Pass is hot turd central, Nate, for sure. Sometimes you'll find the occasional lukewarm turd, but in my experience, they are generally on the warmer side. But I think Starfield actually looks really good.
Why, I do as well. The Starfield Direct did nothing but titillate me, more than hot wieners ever could, that's for sure. I can't wait to dive in and start stealing some sandwiches come September. But the issue that I have is not with Starfield itself, but the way the community is reacting to the news of the 30 FPS lock. It seems to me as if the vast majority online, as well as Xbox, are not only not mad about the 30 FPS, they're actually acting as if 60 FPS truly does not matter, which I find to be quite simply astonishing.
Yeah, Nate, I agree. I understand why the game can't do 60. That's fine. Sometimes ass devs can only shit, you know? But all these people getting angry acting like 30 FPS is the tits is blowing me away. It's like people aren't even smoking too much copium. They are straight up freebasing that shit. They're sucking it out of a grav bong, Nate.
And the fact that Phil Spencer hasn't come out and offered to dismember his penis on live television in order to apologize for the game being 30 is also getting to me a bit. I mean, for years now, they've spouted this rhetoric at us about the Series X being the world's most powerful console, but it can't get Starfield to 60? Oh, it's okay because the game is so big. Okay, then what was Redfall's excuse? And Xbox has nothing but bullshit to spew. They want to just fuck you and move on. But I'm getting tired of this shit from Xbox. If you bend me over a table and fuck my ass, that's one thing. But if I turn around and ask you what you're doing, don't tell me you're making a sandwich, because as far as I know, there's no mustard in my ass.
Now, personally, I don't really like mustard on my sandwich, but I see what you're getting at. I think that explains all the sandwiches in Starfield.
Possibly. I just think Xbox fanboys need to grow up a little bit and stop letting Xbox cuck them so hard. I mean, they sell you these terrible Pro controllers that break after 5 minutes. They continue to lie about features they are bringing to games and just cancel them. They don't put out games for years, and when they do, it's a dumpster fire. But no one ever holds Xbox accountable. They always just say, well, maybe next year. It's some real beta cuck energy.
You're right, Nate, it is. And I know a thing or two about beta energy. I've been having to take a massive amount of beta blockers to get all the beta out of me so that I can qualify for my transition to an American. Now that I'm fully American, I have no beta energy in me, so I can't put up with this kind of nonsense.
Anyway, while I am very excited for Starfield and hope it turns out well, I also hold a hope that if it doesn't, the internet mob will be ready to crucify Phil Spencer, both figuratively and literally.
As an American, I think I would very much enjoy that.
Let's get into some Streamlab questions. Remember that you can donate any amount on Streamlabs, and we will answer your question in the following episode. Any question at all, no matter what. The first is from our very best patron, Shamsa. Trust me, Senpai has noticed you. It reads, Dear Nate and MVG, I really enjoyed that time we spent together at my house the other day. I'm sorry it ended with you both crying uncontrollably. I didn't mean for things to go that way. Next time I will ask beforehand before doing that one thing ever again. I know the smell can be difficult to forget. Also, you left your hot wieners coupon. Come back to get it as soon as you can. One more wiener and you get a free prostate exam. I'm sure you'll need it after last weekend.
Do you think that now it's finally time to stop promising people we will read every single message?
No, why? Anyways, next one is from Mr. Stud Muffin. Hey, Nate and MVG, as I'm sure you have guessed by now, I am not actually a stud, but I am a muffin. What is some of your favorite recipes to make in an oven? Bonus points if they are muffin recipes.
Well, unfortunately, I have not been an American long enough to know what a muffin is, but I'd recommend going to a local butcher and getting a really nice cut of steak. Take it home and fry some olive oil in a non-stick pan on high. Season your steak to taste, then throw the steak into the pan and give it a nice fry sear on either side. Then put it in the oven at about 350 degrees until it's cooked to the temp you'd like. Be sure to use a meat thermometer, of course. And then, bam, steaks were made.
I'm not a big cook, obviously, because I almost exclusively consume coffee milk and hot wieners. But if I had to pick something, I'd say fill a baking pan with frozen tater tots, cover them with pizza sauce, mozzarella cheese, and plenty of pepperoni, and put it in the oven at 425 degrees for about 30 minutes. And there you have it. You have a lovely tater tot pizza casserole. Sorry, neither of us had any muffin recipes for you. I'd recommend messaging Dreamcast Guy about that. He seems like that type of guy that has been inside of a muffin before, if you catch my drift. Muffin sex. Anyway, we have one here from Jackosaurus117. It reads, did you know OJ does a pre-show? OJ does a pre-show, OJ does a show that is pre the Spawncast.
I think I've heard about that, yes.
Next, we have one from Jackie G. It reads, hi, Nate and MVG. For a while, I have not been able to sleep. I keep waking up in a cold sweat wondering, why am I not playing Banjo 3? MVG, where's Banjo? Why would you do this to me? And Nate, where the fuck is Arkham on Switch? I'm in pain, you guys. Existence is pain because of you two and what you have done to me. This is wrong. P.S. This is definitely not RGT posing as Jackie G. PPS, I also am not a Nintendo YouTuber.
Do you think that was Sean?
I did for a second, but then he said he wasn't a Nintendo YouTuber, so it can't be Sean.
Right, he's the biggest Nintendo YouTuber we know.
Last one we have is from Kim Kardashian.
God damn it.
It reads, oh, MVG, please call me back. I have fallen totally and completely in love with you and don't think I can live any longer without that soft and supple, majestic bald head of yours gently nestled into my chesticles. Please call me back. Stay bald.
I don't know what she's talking about. That crazy lady won't leave me alone. I understand how my head can be irresistible, totally get it, but have some self-control, woman. Why Josie has a tattoo of your face on both palms of her hands, I'll never understand.
I like your kinky fuckery.
He said it! He said it!
And that is our final Streamlabs question for this week. If you'd like to support the channel, we have a Streamlabs link in our description below. Donate any dollar amount. Ask a question. We will answer it at the end of the episode. Donate $100 or more. We will dedicate the episode to you. Until next time, continue to embrace the hate.
I need you to take all the power that you have and throw it at Nate. He will rue the day he got my hopes up about Arkham City on Switch. I need him to hurt. I need him to hurt in the wiener. Can you do that?
I'll handle it. It's time I introduce Nate's wiener to the power of Super Saiyan Blue.